Hello, I'm Kara Raibley.
And I'm Stephanie Henderson, and we are reviewing the ELR called Macbeth Challenge Board at Quia.com, which is basically like a Jeopardy game, and we found it would be best to be used as a review tool before an exam. This game is categorized as an instructional game because it gives the students opportunity to respond. It gives feedback concerning their accuracy. It publicly tracks their success, whether they're competing against the computer or another student. Allows for competition between the computer and a student or students.
So as we start on the home page, we can see that it's rather user-friendly, very clear directions, just saying that you're gonna select your players 1 and 2, and you can play either 1 or 2 players, like Stephanie said. But we like that it's very pleasing to the eye, and the students can personalize it to their own tastes, so they can click and choose a different icon that they like to represent their player. You can type their names in there. So on the whole, we like how it's pleasing, it's colorful, but it's not too overwhelming. It might be a little elementary for high school students, even though the content is geared towards high schoolers, but it's still kind of fun. We think that it's rather intuitive as well. There's very clear instructions at the top saying that you score points by answering the questions and that it's basically a tool to test your knowledge before an exam. The arrow points also to the person who is to go first.
We think the ELR integrates multiple concepts and manages these concepts efficiently. The separate columns touch on different aspects such as the plot, quotes, setting, theme, and characterization. This is also adaptable for each student's own ZPD. They can figure out which column they are best at and challenge themselves all the way down to the hardest question.
The challenge board also covers a broad amount of information, so in that way it's a good review tool because it's not focused on one aspect or another, and like Stephanie said, they can choose ones that they're more skilled at.
Let's play, shall we? Let's do Life is a Theme for 100.
Okay.
When Macbeth kills Duncan, what else does he murder?
I remember this. Sleep. What's with that?
As you can see, students must type in their own answers. They're not able to choose from any options. And when they press enter, the ELR gives them feedback. So we got this answer correct. We get a check mark on our 100 points, and it shows us which answers were acceptable.
Great, and now it's my turn. So let's choose, probably do characterization for 100. Who is the author of Macbeth? Now here's where we can show one weakness of the program. So we know that the author of Macbeth is William Shakespeare. However, if we were to spell William Shakespeare differently or just leave out his first name, there you go, we would have gotten it incorrect. Even if we'd spelled Shakespeare correctly, if we lacked William, it wouldn't accept our points. So, whereas it's helpful that the students have to input their own answer into the question rather than just choosing from them, it is a weakness where they could miss out on the points if they know the concept but can't type it correctly. Let's try another one.
Let's do setting for 400. What country is at war with Scotland at the start of the play?
So again, here's another, we'll say we don't know this one, so what if we just completely forgot? So here's another area where we're saying that the inputting their own answer can be a downside, because if they don't know the answer at all, they can't really go on with the game. So what should we put, something random or leave it blank?
Let's just leave it blank.
Okay, so go ahead and submit that. So it is good that the game gives back feedback, giving you the correct answer so that you are learning from it if you didn't know the answer to start. So it doesn't allow you to get the points by guessing like we said earlier, but it gives you the correct answer so you can learn from it.
Let's continue. We found that this is a good way to keep the students motivated because not only do they get to pick which category they are good at first, there are so many other categories to go through, and the questions get more challenging as they go on. So it would keep them motivated even if they're playing against the computer.
Also, they can see their points up in the corner next to their icon, so they can see how they're doing either against one another or individually. So they would be able to track their progress and be motivated by the points that they're gaining. And that could also encourage them to choose harder questions if they take the risk for that.
We also found that this was a good way, like we said at the beginning, to have students review, but students can play this game over and over again. We found that the questions change every time the game is started over, so students can keep playing and keep reviewing and not have to memorize the answers.
The way we envision this game working well for teachers is perhaps copying it to their website, because there's an option in the tools box up above where it shows that you can copy it to their own website, and students could go there as directions as homework perhaps to use this as a study tool.
So overall, we would recommend this to other teachers as a review activity.
Thank you.
Thank you.